We are coming to you from the Back Alley Comedy Club studio featuring Dwayne Gill and Rebecca Gibson this week at Back Alley Comedy Club in Muskegon, part of Sherman Bowling Center. Some notes. Mike Falazak will be in town, same place, Valentine's weekend, February 14th and 15th. And then Joe DeRosa, very, very funny Joe DeRosa, will be in town February 21st and 22nd. Pretty good chance Joe DeRosa is going to be in studio with me. That'll be fun. I've talked to him on the phone before. Very, very fun guy. He's a fun guy. He's a lot more fun than Ari Shafir, I'll tell you that. Did you hear that story? We're going to talk about that coming up in just a bit. Okay, let me get right to it. I don't want to make you wait. I have another pet that is losing an eye today. Buddy Bobcat Face has to have his eye removed. You're thinking, what the hell? That would be, of the 7, we have 4 dogs and 3 cats. And that would make 3 of those animals now with one eye. What is going on here? Just bad luck, I guess. This is how this unfolded. Let's see. Well, as you know, Lincoln, the cat who has had one eye for some time, there was a day I walked up the steps years ago, and I took one look at him. I go, why is one eye different color than the other? Why is one eye darker than the other? And Dinah says, oh, he's always had 2 different colors. I go, no, he hasn't. What are you talking about? I go, I think we should get that checked. No, it's fine. And I go, no, I think we should get it checked. Turns out his eye was actually a cancerous eye. He had eye cancer. What? It's crazy. But, yeah, that thing had to come out. And if I hadn't moved quickly, that would have spread to more vulnerable parts of his body, his brain. He would have been dead. All right, so he's good to go. He's adapted. When we adopted Benny, the one-eyed wonder dog, he showed up on the scene with one eye. And now this. So I kind of, when my spider sense goes off on, I have like instincts when the animals aren't feeling well. So something was up. In fact, this morning, Bruce here, I took one look at him when I woke him up to go to the restroom and take a dump and then eat. I took one look at him. I go, he's not feeling well, man. I can tell. Sure enough, he goes poo. He comes in the house and starts barfing. He's got coronavirus. It's like he's throwing up all over the house today. So he's a mess. So yesterday, let's see, today's Thursday. It was Tuesday. I went out and went to go check on. I was in the garage. I go check on Buddy. If you don't know, he stays in the garage. He's an outdoor cat. And in the winter, he stays in my garage, which I leave the heat. I keep it about 60 degrees in there. He's got it made. He's got numerous cat trees. The whole garage is his area. He goes outside to go to the bathroom. He's fed the best of food, water, medicine. I give him all his vaccinations. But this cat is not an inside cat. He has never been an inside cat. And he came with the house, okay? When we moved in, Buddy was here. I was like, oh, God. Because the dude who lived behind us, he moved away, left his cat. So Buddy needed a home. This, of course, is going to come to me. Well, so Buddy is pretty old, I think. I guess I don't know how old he is. We've lived here 10 years, so he's at least 10, so I'm guessing a few years older than that. And he has laid waste to the wildlife around here. And the playing field is now going to be evened out because Buddy's getting his eye pulled out of his brain today. And that means he's got, that may affect his vision when he's out murdering squirrels, rabbits, whatever. So, all right. I go into the garage about 2-3 days ago, and he just was so, I thought he was dead. He wasn't moving, and he was sleeping. Now, that's not like him. He's usually pretty jittery. So I go, why? What, boy, I wonder what's going on with him. So I thought he was dead, and I went to pet him, and he opened up his eyes, and only one eye opened, and the other eye stayed shut. I was like, uh-oh. So then I kind of got a little closer look, and it was a little goopy, and I thought, I talked about this on the Patreon yesterday. Some type of eye infection, no doubt. Then, not yesterday, but the day before, I got a little closer look at it to check on it to see what was up, and it looked a little cloudy, and it was red in spots where it shouldn't be red, and a little bit more goopy. And I was like, oh, this is a concern. I'm going to take him in first thing tomorrow. So yesterday I got on the podcast, called up. Yeah, I want to bring my cat in. So I put him in the cat bag, go there. He's upset, carrying on. All right, buddy, don't worry. If you're going to go get some eye drops, you'll be good to go. I open up the bag at the vet, and he sticks his head out, and I take, and that eye looks like the eyes of one of the people on The Walking Dead, one of the zombies. It's very cloudy. Something's really wrong. And as soon as I saw him in that bag, I said to myself, I go, that eye's coming out. There's no way that is not an absolute disaster. That is not going to work. Doctor's taking a look at him, and she goes, I don't even think you can see out of it. It's so clouded. Now, I didn't really get an answer because you can't really determine just by an outside investigation what caused this. But they do have instruments at the vet that detect pressure, I guess. And if there is pressure, that means the animal, first of all, is in terrible pain, probably like a migraine, splitting headache, and it's not going to get any better, and that eye's got to come out. And so now, had I not been through this before, I would have been like, oh, no, it's the end of the world. But I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, okay, let's do it. So today that's happening. Dr. Josh is gonna do his thing. He's the one that operated on Lincoln. So how is it? Is that not that's pretty? Who else has a pet with one eye? I don't know anybody else who has a pet with one eye. I have 3 with one eye. Benny, the one-eyed wonder dog, Buddy Bobcat Face after today, and Lincoln. My God. So now what's interesting here is after they finish the procedure, I'm guessing the cat is not going to be able to be outside, right? I mean, first of all, it's going to be a rough couple of days as, you know, the initial, problems that go with the surgery is probably uncomfortable. I don't know. I guess he could be in the garage, but if he ventures outside and gets in a fight with somebody, that's a bad deal. So I'm starting to think we might have to quarantine him in the house. I'll talk to the vet. I'll keep you updated. I know you're concerned with everything associated, all these pets that run around this household. I can't tell you how many times people say, man, well, how is it you have so many pets? It's like, dude, they're pets. They're awesome. Are you kidding me? How can you not have multiple pets? You need to have this. Otherwise, I don't have anybody to talk to. I'm here by myself all day long till 3 o'clock, and I sit there watching the clock, waiting for somebody to come home. This is my gang, man. Check them out. If anything happens to these people, these pets, these people, this is a bad thing. So, all right. Keep you updated on that. As I mentioned, Bruce sick, puking up corona all over the household. Hope he doesn't do it in here. You'll know it if I start to look around. Like, hopefully he'll go like in a spot where you can't see him puke. Speaking of puking, I did a teaser video last night on Facebook, and I had just finished eating, so I was doing a lot of this. But in the video, Stalkerito, Eagle Eyes, noticed that something, because Madison was in the video with me, a huge spitball flew out of her mouth. I'm going to link that video up. I'll post it on Facebook. He isolated it. He goes, should I do this? I go, yeah, embarrass the hell out of her. It's funny. He actually zoomed in on the spitball and did the rocking back and forth thing of it in and out of her mouth. Hilarious. Thank you, Mike. All right. As you know, the show is a social butterfly show on Instagram. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage brings you my Instagram. Just search Eric Zane Show. The Blue Frost IT Twitter handle, at Eric Zane Show on Twitter. I would appreciate if you follow me on all of these things. This is all very, very important. One by one, we build the audience. And the Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid Facebook page. Thank you. That is the Eric Zane Show fan page, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Please, please, please follow. Follow if you will. I'm going to be on another podcast on Sunday, and I want you all to check it out. And I'm really envious of this podcast because it is one of the most techie type shows they have everything on this show that I want this show to be. And I think if I use the South of the Straits show, which is another podcast based in Traverse City, Michigan, if I use them as a template, I can achieve the things that I want to technically on this show. They take phone calls. They have multiple cameras. They stream to multiple platforms. And I'm really excited about being on their show. How I came to come in contact with these guys was from this lady.
Fuck you. I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
That's exactly right. She...
Get the fuck out of here!
Their show posted this video.
You motherfucking accuser!
And I found out about it. And, first I saw it on the show Reddit page, the asshole-free Reddit page. And that led me to this. And
accuser of the fucking brethren, you motherfucker!
And so that kind of put me on their path. We encountered each other. We shared some messages, and away we go. The guy who runs the show is a dude named Nate. And Nate is a former radio dude who I talked to him on the phone. He said that he spent considerable time getting his podcast up to the technical place that he wanted it to, and then he launched it in its current form, which means it was great when it started. Now, I'm a little different because what I did was just threw an iPhone in front of me and did Facebook Live. And that was it. And I've kind of tried to improve that over time with very small increments of success along the way. When I say that, I mean, like, technically, I am still in 2007, frankly, on this show. Does okay. I mean, there's people that watch it, but it could be a lot better. And I look to the South of the Straits show for that. So he's got a number of people that sit in with him on the show. He brings a lot of the things that appeal to this dude. Nate is getting various musical acts and bands on his show because, as him and I discussed, there really isn't an avenue for new and local bands to have a place in radio these days. And we'll probably discuss that on a show. So he started doing shit like that. And it's funny. You know, I think if you liked some of the content on this show, you will like the content on his show. It's a little bit more intense. I think he's younger than I am, so his sensibility is of a certain nature. So it's, I'm a 50-year-old man. He's probably 30. I might be getting that wrong. Real new, nice dude. I almost called him a noose dude. And he's got a lot going for him, so I'm excited to be on the South of the Straits show. That is going to be Sunday evening. And I'm like, he said to me, he goes, hey, yeah, I'm going to be interrupting your Super Bowl. And I'm like, yeah, why are you doing it then? Apparently that's the time that they normally do podcasts live. And I like the element of them taking live calls. It's something that I've always wanted to do. And so seeing how he's doing that is going to help our show get to at least a portion, hopefully somewhat closer to the technical level of his show, because they are freaking sweet. Very, very cool. South of the Straits show, 7:30 on Sunday. I want you to watch it on their YouTube channel. That's how you get the show. I'll provide links on my social media so you can check that out. So, yeah, and if not, you can always go back and watch it if you are stuck watching the Super Bowl. Which I really haven't been involved in any of the hype leading up to it. I've been all about the football season this year. I've enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the game. I think that everybody's betting on Kansas City because, you got the flashy quarterback, and not a lot of the people that were in my neck of the woods, no one really knows a whole lot about San Francisco other than they're pretty damn consistent. And you got a lot of players that I like. This Raheem Mostert, this running back, is just a bitch, and they've got a great running game in San Francisco. But I am really looking forward to the game. I think Kansas City is favored in it. Should be good. Should be good. All right. Today's got kind of like a weird vibe to it. I don't have as much flexibility to go long on the show or anything like that. I have a funeral to attend. As you know, Jay is going to be laid to rest today at 11 a.m., so I've got to kind of move through things here. So if it seems like I'm not spending as much time on a story before you hear a sponsor, I still got to pay bills, obviously. Please have patience with me today. I've got a lot to get done, and a time window that is a little bit constrained, but no big deal. We'll get through it. Case in point. I'm sorry. Before I get to this last thing, or this first sponsor, second sponsor actually, on the South of the Straits show, they I said that Nate likes to have bands on, and one of the episodes I watched is he's bringing in these local dudes, and they're like rap artists, and he goes, "All right, please welcome." Nate's got kind of like an interesting voice. It's very distinct. You will, as soon as you hear Nate's voice, you go, "Oh, I could never forget that guy's voice." And Nate goes, "All right, here we go. Please welcome the band House of Cancer." And I'm like, what? The band is known as House of Cancer. Holy shit. And he goes, "How the hell did you get the name House of Cancer?" And the dude goes, "Well, our house when we were growing up had a lot of black mold." And I'm like, that's fucking great. So, yeah, go ahead. Follow the rap group House of Cancer today. Very fun. All right. Okay, so I told you about buddies losing an eye. Here we go. Now I'm going to tell you about the Mario Flores and his Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. All right, 231-332-8500. Make sure I got that right. 231-332. I didn't get it right. 6500. Idiot. 231-332-6500. You need a mortgage? You call Van Dyke Mortgage. If you're like, well, yeah, you know, I'm looking to get some money out of my house. I need a refi. That's who you call. You're buying a home. You want to make sure you can get the that you know how much house you can get before you can even start looking at a house. Call on my friends at Van Dyke Mortgage. You're thinking, I can't get a house. My credit's in the shitter. I have no chance of getting a house. Call Van Dyke Mortgage. Each and every one of you, Mario gets to know you. He has been in certain situations in the past that has made him an expert on this. He knows what you're going through no matter what stage of life that you are in, okay? Reach out to my friends at the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6500. And it's very important that you focus on the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, because Van Dyke Mortgage is a terrific entity that's everywhere in the United States, okay? The guy who created Van Dyke Mortgage is from right here in West Michigan. But he his business model has places all across the U.S. using that name. It's one big umbrella. And I'm telling you, of all of those, the one you want to call, whether you're in Grand Rapids, Lansing, Muskegon, Kalamazoo, way up north, is the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6500. Damn it, I did not tease for you the Ari Shaffir story. Are you familiar with comedian Ari Shaffir? All right. He is he's funny. I always thought he was great. He's got a podcast that I like, and one in particular I listened to of Ari's podcast was one with comedian Miss Pat, who I love. Miss Pat. And Ari and Miss Pat, they got along great and did a terrific podcast that I listened to not that long ago, I guess. And the dude's funny, and his comedy is as biting as anybody's. But man, I don't know. Kobe Bryant died, and I've talked about this many times. How I was amazed at how much. No one really went down the road of talking about the rape trial. 2003 incident in the hotel room in Colorado. She said he raped her. He said, no, this was a consensual sexual act. It was a adulterous affair, but I didn't rape anybody. And so time passed. She ends up dropping the charges, as I think I remember this, but there was a lot of very salacious details that went into this. And, who knows? I don't know what happened there, okay? She did sue him in a civil court. It was settled out of court. I don't know any of the particulars of that. I can only go with what I know. And with what I know right now is I'm not going to assume anything about anyone, okay? But my point earlier in the week was a lot of people do assume. Thus, I was amazed at how the canonization of Kobe Bryant was taking place, and I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't have a problem with anything. It is what it is, and I was more impressed with how time plus good behavior and excellent athletic ability means you can escape something like this. And in this day and age where this whole Me Too thing, I was expecting to hear more backlash about and terrible things said about Kobe Bryant, but I didn't hear anything. So I was like, wow. And if you did, in fact, see the details of the Kobe Bryant rape trial, there are a lot of facts that did come out that make you go, ugh, this is not good. We're going to hear some terrible things said about Kobe now since he's on the forefront of everybody's brain. But all right, whatever. And there was a lot of people that died in that. A lot of kids died in that. A lot of moms, a lot of dads. And so this was the worst of the worst. So I didn't really expect anything more. And then I heard that Ari Shaffir went crazy. And this happened 4 hours after Bryant was dead. Shaffir, it happened to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know, for a gig or whatever. And with the basketball team's stadium behind him, he does a Facebook or a video, a selfie video of him, and this is what he said.
I know there's always a lot of hate, pain in the world, and there's always a bunch of terrible stories. And every once in a while, there's a good story. Good story comes out. The guy who got away with rape got his today. Kobe Bryant is gone. I'm here in Charlotte, the home of the team that originally drafted him. Maybe he wouldn't have raped that chick in Denver if he had stayed in Charlotte with the Hornets.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So I'll let you process that. He was very, very happy with the death. All right. Let's go over the important information here. There's a lot of things that are happening as backlash on Shaffir. Now I'll get to that in a bit, but let's go over the day Kobe Bryant died. That happened, which you just heard. And in fact, the article in TMZ has a little bit more of the things he said. That video didn't, and audio didn't have everything. He said Kobe Bryant died 23 years too late today. He got away with rape because all the Hollywood liberals who attack comedy enjoy rooting for the Lakers more than they dislike rape. Big ups to the hero who forgot to gas up the chopper. I hate the Lakers. What a great day. Oh, God. Shaffir posted another video later and doubled down, saying Kobe's death was a good story because the guy got away with rape. Shaffir deleted it, but the damage was done. Shaffir got dropped by his talent agency after the video. He later took to Instagram to explain his video. And TMZ writes, in an epic failure. And Ari wrote, every time a beloved celebrity dies, I post some horrible shit about them. I've been doing it for years now. I like destroying gods. And right when a famous person dies, they're at their most worship. So as a response to all the outpouring of sympathy on social media, I post something vile. It's just a joke. I don't really hate any of the people. Boy, this whole thing is a mess because you don't really know what he thinks. You don't know if he's just, if he really thinks that, he really thinks that. I don't give a shit what he thinks. And I've made a living on this show saying comics should be able to say whatever the hell they want. So I guess in relation to the Instagram thing, don't back down from it, you pussy. Own it. You said it. Now those are the waters you're swimming in after you said it. So dive back in. This is a horrible thing because Shafir is now stuck because all the people that you got people that will just hate him no matter what, who don't even know who he is. And then you got his audience members that love him who are pissed off that he did that. And then you got the ones who love what he said, which probably isn't a ton of people, but still. If they know what to expect, he says it. Now you go back and you kind of try to talk your way out of it, which is just even more awkward and strange. Add into the mix all of the kids that are dead, all of the hurt and the anguish. And, I don't know. You might have to take a page out of Kobe Bryant's book and just wait. Time, distance, good behavior, be funny about other things. You might emerge okay, but right now, you're up Schitt's Creek. More on this in a second. Not saying anything terrible about Kobe Bryant is my friends at Terrytown RV. I'm going to drive over and see those folks tomorrow, maybe do a Facebook Live video with them, see some RVs. I love doing that. They are on division between 68th and 76th Street. TerrytownRV.com with an indoor showroom so you don't have to shop. You don't have to window shop. Look at the merchandise in the cold. That's the biggest in the world. Indoor showroom, 125 travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes, pop-ups, those little two-wheel deals that have like a tent attached to the back that look like a damn teepee. They got all that shit there at Terrytown RV. Come on, get after it. It's going to be a great spring, going to be a great summer, going to be a great fall when you are out in the great outdoors in our wonderful state of Michigan and beyond. Okay? If you want to go check out a camper and RV with me, send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com. I'll be happy to meet you at Terrytown RV. The managed IT service provider for the show is Blue Frost IT. You can reach out to them at 616-200-8550. Almost forgot their number there. I was doing so good. 616-200-8550. They're going to help your small or medium-sized business with everything you need for the tech side of your business. I got to reach out to them, in fact, because there's a piece of software that Nate at South of the Strait Show has encouraged me to utilize for this show called OBS that I know Blue Frost can help me with. Okay? So that's how this works, you know. Blue Frost is a client of the radio, of the podcast, but if things ever get off the rails and like, you know what, we're not going to sponsor you anymore. You talk shit about Kobe Bryant. Like, all right, great, fuck you. I'm still going to hire you, though. You're still my guys. Your small or medium-sized business needs them to stay afloat. If anything goes wrong with your network, you get phishing scams, viruses, upgrades, upkeep on your equipment. Maybe you're going to upgrade everything. They're the ones who do all of that. In business for small and medium-sized business, reach out to Blue Frost IT, a managed IT service provider servicing all of West Michigan. So Shafir is like swimming in shit now. This article says New York City Comedy Club gets death threats following his celebration of Kobe's death. The comedian who openly celebrated Kobe Bryant's death is triggering a wave of threats aimed at the club that he was supposed to perform, forcing cancellations. Law enforcement tells TMZ Ari Shaffir was scheduled to do stand-up at the New York Comedy Club Tuesday night for a 9:15 spot. But the club was forced to call the cops after getting multiple phoned-in threats. Sources say someone called threatening to shoot up the joint because the comedian scheduled to perform there made a vile joke about Kobe. The caller didn't mention Shaffir by name, but it's no secret he did stir anger. He stirred a bunch of anger with all of that. Shows were canceled by the club due to numerous threatening calls. Boy, the thing about Ari's joke, and I don't even like to call it a joke because there was nothing really jokey about it. The only thing I thought that could have been thought to be a funny line was props to the guy who forgot to gas up the chopper. But man, I don't know. I don't know if that's. I mean, if you're in the business to appeal to people and make them laugh and have a good time, I don't know if that's doing it. Read the freaking room. I wonder, and he's shitting a brick because he went back and tried to take it back. But there's no taking that back. Lots of comments. I think I looked at some of these earlier, and it didn't take long before it was anti-Semitic. This person says, he's funny. Another one says, consider the death threats against you another joke then. Enjoy the funny feeling of looking over your shoulder for years to come. That's hilarious. Wasn't this guy originally known for being the amazing racist back in the early 2000s? I don't know. This person wrote, literally, who? Kobe will be remembered. You'll be forgotten after these 15 minutes dry up. Go back to being irrelevant. All right. Karma is a bitch, says poster named Trump Eats Dick. Yeah, this is a bad place to be. The comments on a TMZ article. Yikes. All right. Coming up next, there is a terrible update. If you're a fan of the film The Mighty Ducks, one of the stars of that, seriously, has to be in the sights for maybe like a death pool. You're not going to believe this. And I'll post a link to it so you can see. Actually, the first mugshot from a few years ago was pretty famous. It's gotten even worse for Sean Weiss. Car gets cracked up, taken to Riverbend Body Shop. They're on Lake Michigan Drive, just east of Wilson. Thank you so much to them for being part of the podcast. Riverbend Body Shop online at riverbendbodyshop.com. Please mention the show when you go to see them. Hey, when we get together for parties in the show downtown, we go to Pepino's. I want to thank them for hosting the last one. They were great. Pepino's downtown. So you go to a Griffins game, you go to a concert, whatever it may be. Go to Pepino's after. Mention that I sent you. So the dude who played the goalie, Sean Weiss, he played the part of Greg Goldberg. Now, God, I take a look at the images of him. First of all, when he was a kid, you remember the dumpy goalie on the Mighty Ducks, and he's a kid. He looks great. He's every kid. He grows up to be a handsome young actor, and somewhere down the road, this is the quintessential Faces of Meth. You remember that the website Faces of Meth? You see people, the before and after picture, what it does to you. Now, the guy is 41 years old, And I no exaggeration, he looks to be about 75 or 80. It's that grotesque. This is so sad. He had a mugshot a few years ago that went viral, but he only looked about 60 then. Now, I mean, seriously. And he was picked up again, arrested, breaking into a car while high on meth. Jesus. 41 years old, arrested again, this time for suspicion of residential burglary and being under the influence of meth. According to the cops in California, Weiss was picked up on Sunday at 7 a.m. A homeowner called to report a crime in progress, saying an unknown man broke into a car parked in the garage. Police show up. They enter the garage. They find the guy. They just look at him. He doesn't even resist arrest. He can't even barely move. That's the guy, though. Weiss had forced entry to gain access to the vehicle, trying to get some shit to get for drugs. During the arrest, cops say Weiss admitted that he did not reside at that residence. Or did he own a car that he was rifling through? Man, this is really, really bad. You got to get a look at this. Sean Weiss, good luck, man. When I think one of the most impressive things is they need to post, okay, you got the before meth picture and then the after meth picture. Can we get a website of before meth picture, after meth picture, and the, 2 or 3 people in the world who somehow beat meth and then got it back and actually looked normal again? That would be just as impressive as the deterioration if anybody has turned it around. Holy crap. Email eric@ericzaneshow.com. Ben writes this. Zane, I was listening to last Friday's podcast the other day, and I heard the story about your wife getting chicken stuck in her throat. If you don't know, this is a regular thing in the household. It appears to be getting worse. There was a time we were actually on the way to the emergency room, and I've detailed this before, and she barfed it up in the car. Thank God we had a bag. And then she goes, all right, turn around, go home. I'm good now. She gets things lodged in her throat. It's terrible. I have the same problem, Ben writes, from time to time, and I have never, ever heard of anyone else with the same issue. I've heard from more than one of you, though, about this. This is not the first email I got. The worst time I can remember is going to a food show at the DeVos Place a couple of years ago. If you're not from West Michigan, it's a venue where the camper show is. Gigantic place, and they have like all these, it's like a walking menu, basically. All these different eateries are there, these chefs, food's on a toothpick. Oh, that's good. All right, you go to the next one. And then, but not this guy. This turned out bad for him. He says, I was tasting some lamb or something like that, and I felt it getting stuck in my throat. I ended up spending the next half hour in the bathroom trying to puke it up. Kind of ruins the whole food show experience. Ha ha. Anyway, just thought it was interesting to hear that Diana had the same problem. So I thought I would tell you that I know her pain. She'll be sitting there, and we'll all be at the dinner table, and whatever it can be, steak, pork chops, chicken, hamburger, it doesn't matter what it is. Usually it's meat. Meat gets lodged in her throat. No stupid jokes, Dean. And then all of a sudden she'll stop, and she'll just sit there like this, staring blankly, eyes glassed over. And then we notice she's not talking anymore because she's always talking. And then Jack usually says, are you stuck? Which means, is there food stuck in your throat? And Dad's like, no, it's good. It's good. But we know it's not good. And then she feels bad. About 30 seconds later, she gets up, walks to the bathroom. Oh God. So we all turn on our iPhones, the white noise app. I mean, there's no sense in us getting our meal ruined. Turn on the white noise app, maybe, I don't know, put on a Billie Eilish song. We don't have to hear her doing her thing in the bathroom. Yeah. That's really nice of us. So then finally, I'm like, all right, I better go check on her so she doesn't think I'm an animal. Honey, are you okay? Sorry. It's okay. Leave me alone. O'Neill doesn't like that. He just lifted his head up to look at me. All right, so if you just tuned it in, Buddy's losing an eye. That happens later today. It might happen tomorrow. It might actually happen tomorrow if they're backed up at the vet. But, all right, God, how is this even possible? 3 animals now with one eye. That means if you have the Zany Bunch T-shirt, that'll be a collector's item, like an image of Buddy Bobcat face with 2 eyes. All right, as you know, I'll chronicle all that, and I'll show it to you. Okay. Where are we here? No, we don't have much left. Like I said, I got limited time. I will tell you this, that on the Patreon, I've got an update for you. Remember that brat in Texas? That pain-in-the-ass kid who he wore his hair up, his dreadlocks up, because there was rules at the school that said no student, black, white, Asian, short, fat, skinny, tall, gay, straight, no male student can have hair touching the collar. It's an uptight school. Who gives a shit? That's their rule. You know when you go in what the rules are, right? Well, this fucker decides he wants to wear his dreads out. And they're like, we don't, no, you can't. Either wear it up, cut it, or you don't graduate. Or you can't walk at graduation, and you're suspended till you get this shit figured out. Go ahead and take your fucking stand, but the rule's a rule. That applies to, talk about equality, that applies to all the kids. They interviewed the barber that works nearby, and he says, yep, every week I get a kid in here, some dummy who can't follow the rules, and they're different colors every time. White kid, black kid, Asian kid, doesn't matter. They all got to follow the rules. Talk about equality. This is the absolute equality. And the reason why they do that is so that you cannot distinguish the haves from the have-nots at the school. Everybody's equal at this school. But these assholes have made it about race and said that it's being racist to the kid, and it's not. Well, there's an update, and I'm going to talk about it on Patreon because Ellen DeGeneres is involved. Say it ain't so, Ellen. No. And she doesn't support what I support. It's turned into a complete travesty, and I'm going to talk about it on the Patreon. All right, it's time for the gun portion of the show. In fact, shit, man. I got to get their number. Show Gunsmith is BK Guns and Stuff. BK Guns and Stuff. They fix weaponry all around the United States and the world, for that matter. Okay? Top-level gunsmith right here in West Michigan. They do it out of their house. It's another great mom-and-pop business that I want you to check out. The pride of Ionia County, BK Guns and Stuff. It says here on the roof of this picture, home of the single-shot 45 BM. I don't know what the hell that means. Is that something to do with a bowel movement? BK Guns and Stuff. I want you to call them at 616-902-2447. If you get in the weeds and your gun's busted, shotgun, rifle, handgun, they do it all. Restorations. They specialize in gun transfers too. I don't know what that means. Anyway, BK Guns and Stuff. You can call them up. 616-902-2447. Also, speaking of guns, you can get your pistol license with Steve Prince Arming. Get it? He teaches CPL classes so that you can get the right certification to get your pistol. And if you've been waiting on this, now is the time to get on it. We got another CPL class going on March 7th. That's a Saturday morning. If you've always wanted to carry your pistol concealed, you need to take this class first. You don't even need to own a handgun to take the class. Once you get the certification, though, you can then go to your county and get your CPL. They're going to fingerprint you. They're going to do a thorough background check. You're going to give them $100, and then you're good to go. The class costs $125. More information, if you want to sign up, you can call this number, 616-204-1705, or just click on their logo at ericzaneshow.com. It'll take you to their Facebook page. Get more info there. All right, so I'm going to do the Patreon, and then I got to go to the funeral. We're going to lay Jay to rest. I got a chance to talk to Lisa yesterday. She really appreciates all the thoughts and well wishes. I talked to two of Jay's lovely daughters. I talked to Jay's brother and his sister-in-law. I saw my friends from the Whitecaps, Jim Jarecki and Dan Hasty. It was good seeing them all, and it was just I don't know, man. Visitations are always, I just struggle with this stuff. So today is the day, 11 a.m. All the best to the family and friends that are there, or that will be there. And that's where we're going to leave this, man. Like I said, I'm a little lean today because I got to be over there. So thank you for your patience. All right. Talk to you down the road. Eric Zane Show podcast heard right here. Thank you so much.